All right. So this is a video from Tyler Funk. Who is Tyler Funk? Is he a person? Who the hell is Tyler Funk? Is he somebody? Is he from anything? Oh, he just lip sync. Tyler Funk rose. It says it in the thing. Tyler Funk rose to prominence through his entertaining lip syncing videos on TikTok. How incredible! We got rid of Milli Vanilli for lip syncing, but these people on TikTok are fucking considered celebrities for it. Incredible. 2.2 million followers and verified. So we'll watch this video first. Well, so okay. This person here exposed Tyler Funk for talking to them when he was 17 and she was 13, which is obviously inappropriate. Their name is Robert Smith. Robert Smith's cum sock. Sounds rather sexually suggestive. Is this him? Am I stupid? Is that him? Tyler. Okay, so he's 19. So this person is 15 now. And I'm just going to say, for a 15-year-old, for anybody, this is an inappropriate name. But like, it's rather inappropriate. Is this Robert Smith? Is this who they're the sock for? Robert, he was part of the Denelli gang band. Him getting Denelli banned has nothing to do with sexual situations. Like, we're not going to have a bias for that. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so this seems to be her core video. So let's watch her core video before we watch his response, and we'll see what's going on. For context, I guess he's Polo Boy's friend. It doesn't mean Polo Boy is complicit in any capacity, and apparently he had a hand in trying to deplatform Denelli. What I will say, though, is that it's rather weird that, like, regardless of the context, we don't know if he actively or passively tried to go after this girl. It's bizarre that the people who try to deplatform people like Denelli, who make Denelli made edgy jokes that made fun of trans people. The jokes were him just changing his face from like happy to sad or whatever, or shocked or whatever. But it's always the people who go after those people who are worse people in some capacity. Like, honestly, like Polo Boy is a deadbeat dad who abandoned his child, and then you have this guy who was hitting on 13-year-old at 17. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, wait, so is there a previous video? Because it says, are you going to make a video on Tyler or just accuse him in other other people's comments? Okay. So I guess she was accusing in other people's comments. We don't have those. Let's just listen. Sorry, guys. Okay, I turned off the audio. Let's restart. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot that I had the audio off. We're going to restart. We're going to restart. Okay. Don't worry. We're going to restart.
Finally,
we're going to get into it. We got it.
Doing it. You're welcome. So basically, this is about Tyler Funk being predatory towards me when I was 13.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I had accidentally left the audio off and need to restart. And everybody's freaking out at me in the chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're good. All right?
It's this Tyler Funk.
Okay.
If you don't believe me, here's the proof already. That's his Snapchat right there. His current Snapchat.
Okay.
And that's... I'll get into it.
Oh, I guess that was his wee-wee pic. Hold on. We're going to restart. I mean, it's censored. God, thank God. Oh, Jesus.
You're welcome.
Thank God, but
so basically, this is about Tyler Funk being predatory towards me when I was 13.
Okay.
Yes, this Tyler Funk. If you don't believe me, here's the proof already.
Okay, so I guess this is his Wiggler pic. It's a black... Okay.
That's his Snapchat right there. His current Snapchat.
All right.
And that's... I'll get into it. So to get into it, when I was 13, I DM'd Tyler on Instagram. This was January or February of 2019. He was a senior in high school. I was in 8th grade, and 13.
See, this is one of those things where we really need to acknowledge this, and this is that there are laws that protect this age range, and I say it every time we talk about it. It doesn't make it socially appropriate, but because it is legal, it does signal to people, especially dumb young kids, that it's okay, and we're not having the conversation about it outside of social media. Right? And so people don't really know that it's something you shouldn't do until they do it, and then they get in trouble for it. We're really just now starting to have the conversation about how these 4-year age ranges are inappropriate. right? And so like you guys have to keep that in mind because she labels him predatory, but it doesn't make it predatory. It makes it inappropriate. But again, that's because we signal that it's okay. So I believe she just said, well, didn't she not just say she was in high school? Did she say she was in middle school? I don't know. But again, like, it's just unfortunate. And we also have to confirm that she mentions to him the age. But I'm going to watch it over again and listen to it again. Because
finally doing it. You're welcome. So basically, this is about Tyler Funk being predatory towards me when I was 13. Yes, this Tyler Funk. If you don't believe me, here's the proof already. That's his Snapchat right there. His current Snapchat. And that's... I'll get into it. Okay. So to get into it, when I was 13, I DM'd Tyler on Instagram. This was January or February of 2019. He was a senior in high school. I was in 8th grade and 13. Okay. I didn't really...
Is 8th grade... Oh, 8th grade's in middle school. Okay. I'm confused. I'm old. It's been a while. How are these kids not educated on these situations? Parents usually don't talk to their kids about how these are gross. That's one of the problems. Honestly, you guys have to keep that in mind. Also, it is a big question. Was he famous in 2 years ago? I don't really know.
Really expect him to respond.
And she could have been in 8th. She could have been. Yeah, she could have been in 9th. Oh, she said 8th grade. My bad.
To me, because I had a private account, and you know, but he did end up responding.
Okay, so she couldn't see her information because her account was private, so he didn't.
So my first reaction was to show him what I looked like, which I did with this. As you can tell.
Okay.
That's a child.
He's 17. I just... Listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole, right? Because he's the one that has more pressure on him to do the right thing because he's older. But we need to acknowledge this. She messaged him first, which means she also didn't understand at the time that this was inappropriate. It does go both ways when it comes to the level of appropriateness. And I'm just saying that just for the context that, like, it doesn't seem like he actively predatorized this person. It seemed like she messaged him so far, didn't tell age, he thought she was cute, and then interacted with her.
If how young I look wasn't, mostly a problem, I also told him, like, general information that you tell someone when you're meeting them, like, how old you are, what state you live in,
okay,
what your, like, full name is. Not really, not my full name, but, like, I have a really cool full name, so I told him, like, your height, your grade, blah, blah, blah. He did the same. He was still living in Pennsylvania. He was working at a diner. He was a senior in high school. Oh, and he was 5'7". So eventually we added each other on Snap.
Why does him being 5'7" matter? I'm very confused. Arbitrary information like that, why is that added?
Chat and just move the conversation there. So for like 2 days, he kind of just like half-assedly texted me like, what are you doing, every so often. Okay. And like I was like trying to have a conversation with him because like I was 13. I wanted to get to know him, And like 2 days after that, he like started having a conversation with me and I was really excited.
Okay.
But then he turned the conversation sexual. He was asking me like what I was into, what I'd done, if I was a virgin, all that stuff. I also remember him specifically saying that he wanted to take my virginity, specifically.
Okay, that's
eventually he ended up pressuring me into sending stuff, which at the time I was being really heavily groomed by other people.
Wow, that was a lot. Listen, that's terrible. Dude, I hate my job. Okay. So she's saying she's being heavily groomed by other people. It seemed like she engaged in a pattern of talking to older men. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm wondering if she has a father. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I'm not. If this person is engaging in multiple relationships with older, why? It's terrible. But I remember, listen. I remember talking to Mama Gut and other girls, and back in the day, they would talk about how they talked to older men on Omegle, and how they realized it's inappropriate now, but they didn't realize it then. It's just, this is a lot here, man. It's a lot here. This is disgusting. I feel I have to bring up the real context. She's not disgusting. Don't say that. It's a kid that doesn't understand what they're doing. See, this is the problem. A lot of young people, especially girls, they talk to older men it's the men's responsibility to not talk to them, but they talk to older men, and the men will be like, you act so mature for your age, etc., and they like gaslight the fuck out of young girls into sending them pictures. But specifically when it comes, like, I don't know how much older they are. When she says groomed by other people, I'm assuming like 18, 19, 20, really 20 plus is the first thing that comes to my mind. And that's like a scary thing. But like still, because of the age range and how, like, I hate saying it, but like how it is considered, like, I think it's like generally legal in some capacity. I don't necessarily think so far that we can label this Tyler Funk guy a predator. It's incredibly and wildly inappropriate. I would go as far as to say, like, yeah, maybe he should lose his platform. But like, we talk about, like, is it active predatory behavior on this channel a lot of times, and like that's what I'm more focused on. More than anything else, is like correctly labeling so we don't diminish the label of predator.
I thought that this was just like normal behavior. Eventually I did end up sending stuff, and immediately without my permission he...
It's also another thing, it's like, it seems like she was like, he pressured me into sending stuff, but then she just talked about how she thought it was normal behavior because of her other interactions with other people. So I don't think you could say he pressured her then, if she thought this was appropriate. It's clearly she was uneducated on it being appropriate. I'm just saying, you can't say he pressured you and then say that I thought this was normal, because that suggests he didn't have to pressure you. He just asked you, and since you thought it was normal due to other men being disgusting pigs towards you, you sent it. If that makes sense.
It saved everything that I sent.
Okay.
He also sent something back, which is what this is, okay, right there. Censored, obviously, because I'm not that kind of person, and TikTok would take this down. But yeah, okay, there's your explanation plus proof. So, point is, don't be like me. Don't idolize people who you've never... That's just wrong. Like, at the time, I was just really sad that he unadded me after, but looking back on it, that's honestly really disgusting.
Well,
he would do that knowing I was 13.
Wait, hold on. The only thing I'm going to question is, she keeps saying that she told him the age. The only reason I'm questioning it is because she said that he unadded her, and so I would question, why would he unadd her if he was getting pictures from her? Clearly, this Tyler guy's a fuckboy. At his best case scenario, he's a fucking loser fuckboy. But why did he unadd her? Because I don't think it's unreasonable to question, like, did he unadd her once he did find out the age? So he doesn't get caught, maybe, but like, it's possible. That's definitely possible. We're in a speculative phase.
Also, I want to point out that this is an old screenshot, like before he had this whole Snapchat influencer thing.
Wait. So she said before he had this Snapchat influencer thing. I'm trying to figure something out. How big of an influencer was he 2 years ago? Was he big 2 years ago? Because like, if she said that like it was before he had Snapchat influencer thing, so maybe she's talking about the influencer tag on Snapchat, but he may have still been an influencer. Is this his first ever video made? The video is unavailable somehow. This is from 2018. Okay, so he's been on here since 2018. So this is like 3 years. Okay, so he was an influencer. And, well, some capacity beforehand, I'm imagining. Okay. All right. I'm just covering my bases here. I gotta cover all the bases.
So yeah. There you go. This is getting super annoying.
He said he was too busy at the time. This wouldn't have been with his graduation stuff, work, and TikTok, that he didn't talk to anyone, let alone one. So I mean, just because he said he didn't talk to her doesn't mean that he didn't talk to her.
Show more screenshots. So if you look at the pictures, that's his Bitmoji. Or it was at the time. If you look at the picture, if you don't believe like what it is, it's a picture of him in the shower. I wonder what else is in the picture. Wow. There's also like literally no reason for me to lie about this. I'm not like some evil person that just wants...
Okay. Okay.
I'm finally doing it. You're welcome.
So this is his response from 3 hours ago.
The situation happened in January of 2019.
Okay.
I was 17 at the time. I was in high school.
Okay.
I do remember exchanging lewd photos with this person and sexting them and flirting with them as well. One thing that I want to make extremely clear is that I did not know that they were 13, and I understood then, as I do now, that a 13 and a 17-year-old having sexual relations and interactions is disgusting and weird as hell.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to believe him when he says he didn't know age.
Also, I would like to apologize to Violet themselves for blocking and unadding them after this terrible situation. I don't agree at all with how childish I acted in the past, and I really wish I could change that, but all I can do is apologize.
Finally,
Yeah, it's gross. It's disgusting. You shouldn't be talking to 13-year-olds. Well, honestly, you shouldn't be talking to listen, you shouldn't be talking to anybody under 16, and you shouldn't be moving outside of like a 2-year age gap. Maybe 3. Still gross. It's really the problem is it's a word for word type of situation here, and we talk a lot about this type of stuff here. I'm not convinced that this person is like a predator. Always ask for age, absolutely. It would be definitely different if he didn't ask for age. I still think that like we have a lot of work to do on like educating people on age gaps. So yeah, this is gross. But he could be lying too. It's a 15-second video clip of him saying he didn't know her age. It's not well, it is kind of apology. I think that. See, these are the comments I'm talking about. 17 and 13 is legal. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think right. So that's what I'm saying. Like we're really just starting to have the conversation. We're really just starting to have the conversation about appropriate age ranges, like very, very, very recently, and this is like one of the things that we have to have. I don't think this guy's a predator, though. I think it's unfair to say that he would be. Yeah. All right. Well, that's investigated. Good for us. We did it. There's so many fucking inappropriate interactions on this fucking app, though. Jesus Christ. Somebody just needs to hit kids.